Welcome to the Free Woman Podcast, a space for all women who are ready to break free of the inauthentic life.
Hello, welcome to our podcast.
Welcome, Free Woman. We are so glad you're here today.
Yeah, and we're alive still.
Honestly, we're glad we're here too because it felt like a close call for a minute.
Yeah. I know, I swear we say this every week, but wow, this winter has been rough. Like, we've been so sick.
Yeah, luckily urgent care and some prescription medication, and I'm like, oh, why didn't we do this sooner?
I was thinking about it. I was like, man, this really could kill you. Should probably get our will put together and organized, because who knows if we're going to come out this year.
Yeah, well, for a lot of my life, I didn't have enough possessions to really worry about having a will. But now maybe I should think about it.
I do not.
Who wants my debt?
I know. I'm like, for me, more than anything that I would put on my, not even will, I would just have a,
Oh, wait. No, we're supposed to act like we're cool. We have so many possessions, so much wealth. So much accumulated things.
Yeah. The other thing I would request that my family is not involved in organizing my funeral in any way.
Please don't dress me up as a Mormon.
And do not even mention that I was baptized in the Mormon church.
Please do not do my funeral at a Mormon church.
Yeah. And then also I'd probably want to have my body burned. Like, why even keep the body around? Let's just cremate that.
If the Mormon church is discussed, let it be how I escaped.
Yeah.
And how I broke free from my children.
Yeah, and how much I hate the church. So
what a source of trauma and abuse it was in my life.
What it did to me, and just the sexual trauma and everything.
Yeah, our families might not want to come.
Actually, maybe they should be invited. Sit there and listen to that.
Sit there and listen to our children talk about how much they hated Mormonism.
Yeah, but so that's the only thing I would need to organize and put into place. So,
well, this is kind of funny because I'm like, some Mormons might say that we are angry and bitter towards the Mormon church, and the topic of anger, and bitterness and forgiveness, was actually what we want to talk about today. So,
perfect.
Are we bitter and angry towards the Mormon church?
Yes. 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 If I have to say my top anger and bitterness, what it goes towards too is my mother and the Mormon church, because the Mormon church is still hurting so
What
many
are we
people.
angriest about now? No, but that's the thing. You're not supposed to be angry. Your anger is an evil emotion, and it will consume you and lead you down a path of cruelty and bitterness, and just basically have a horrible life. Nobody will want to be around you ever again.
Well, that's already happening, so
just slide right in.
yeah, I was gonna say, nobody really wants to be around me right now anyway.
Well, I don't think people are avoiding you because, you're just screaming at everyone and throwing things and just complaining all the time. I don't think that's why those people are avoiding you.
I think before I'm a very usually optimistic, happy person to be around, and pretty kind, and like, I love life, but I haven't been that person for a little while. I've been pretty flat and calling out abuse.
So, do you think forgiveness, if you allowed it into your heart, would make this better?
No.
Well, what even is forgiveness?
I know. That's another thing. I'm like, I don't even know what forgiveness is. To me, it's like telling someone, it's okay. I forgive you for, molesting me as a child. I know you didn't mean to do that.
Yeah, it's almost like this putting out there, like, you don't have to feel bad anymore that you did that to me. It's all okay. I forgive you.
Yeah, it's kind of like that feeling.
And how I was taught it growing up, Mormon LDS, is that when you forgive someone, you hand it over to God. And that means that God gets to decide if they go to heaven or hell. and you are now neutral and don't have any emotions regarding that as far as vengeance or consequences.
I really hate how these, like Mormonism, these radical Christian beliefs, how they say just hand it to God. Because to me, it feels like it's just taking away the responsibility of you doing your inner work or trauma work.
And it also
kind of forgetting about it
becomes a great opening for abusers to then continue to hurt people. And I've seen it used like so much in Christianity. This idea, if you go to your bishop or priest or whoever and you say this like person did this horrific thing to me, and they tell you to just forgive and release it, meaning you're not going to be speaking out about what happened to you. You're not going to be spreading the word that this person's not safe, because that wouldn't be very charitable, or, that would be anger in your heart if you go around telling everyone that this person is, a molester or an abuser or a rapist.
I really hate how they don't give the victim who actually went through some really horrible and horrific things the chance to even feel angry, to feel violated, to feel like not safe.
Yeah.
And like you
said,
to
feel the full weight of the injustice that was done to them.
And then also allowing them to just take however much time they need to process this and like maybe find ways to find what forgiveness even means for them.
Yeah, well, and rapists, pedophiles, abusers, con men, they love this.
They do.
Like your father, he loved living in Mormon country.
He did. It's been so interesting doing like my trauma work and doing EMDR sessions with my therapist and going back and looking at things as an adult now and like actually getting to see the way everything ever happened. And as an adult, I'm witnessing these experiences and I'm realizing how much my father loved that he can get away with this kind of abuse here. Like nobody acts like... They try to keep it secret. They try to keep it hidden, and then they put everything on the victims versus like calling out the abusers and making them face the consequences or shunning them from society, basically. They don't do that.
If you talk about it, if you call it out, if you say this person is not safe, suddenly you need to forgive. Yeah. Suddenly you're the problem.
Have you thought about forgiving your father for, beating you? No, I actually haven't.
It never even occurred to me that I should be the one who's making amends.
Especially where he never, ever took accountability, never apologized, never for hurting his children. He actually enjoyed it. So it's really hard to forgive someone who acts in those ways, and then if he was still alive, he'd still continue to treat you in those ways.
Yeah, and so I guess that's my issue with forgiveness is people say that it's about neutrality. They say that it's about you moving forward, but the way that I've seen it in my culture and society used is actually to shame and silence victims from telling their stories and calling out abuse.
Yeah, let's just keep everything hush-hush. Let's not make this into a bigger deal. So you have to carry this abuse, this trauma, this shame, this guilt your entire life until you hit your 40s and you stop caring and you're like, I'm going to start talking about it.
Well, the people who are actually going around and doing the smear campaign are the narcissists, are the toxic people, are the ones who maybe should learn to practice a little forgiveness. Where they use it in this destructive way to isolate victims further, and then victims who are taking the high road end up completely alone and feeling like they are the problem.
And you are left with this like internal belief that you are the problem, and then like depression sits in, anxiety, low self-worth.
Not only did all this abuse happen to you, now the entire world is pointing the finger at you and telling you need to move forward and stop being so
usually
bitter.
So bitter. I mean, look at victims who have gone through something horrific and they never speak about it, usually their life ends up falling apart. Or in my case, it's starting very
They just
young.
move from one abuser to another, from one person who's taking advantage of them, sucking them dry, to another, constantly believing that they deserve it, that they need to prove their worth, that they are the bad guy.
Exactly. You can't just ignore the anger. You can't just like let the anger go and
Giving it to God is just another word for repressing emotion.
I'm like, it's still there. It's still like whoop down there.
And you know the way that we become bitter and stuck is by repressing emotion.
Yeah.
By just being like, it's okay, I don't need to worry about this. And that's just dissociating.
It is. Creating
and repressing.
Yeah, and then creating another reality, another fantasy, like so you can get through day-to-day life, or if you're just with another unhealthy person.
Exactly.
And you have to like get through it. You just create this fantasy or this story in your head.
This fairy tale that God's going to take care of it, or it'll all be resolved in heaven, or in the second coming, everything will be taken care of. But really, so many of those Christians, they're just waiting for the second coming because they just know exactly who's going to be burning. And they can't wait for it.
I know.
Because they have repressed their anger.
I know. Yeah. I think that's actually one thing that makes me really angry is how we're not allowed the time or the space in our world and in our society to even like process severe grief, sadness, and usually it turns into this anger and then it just becomes bitter. Like I just went through we've talked about. I went through like a lot of loss
of everything in your life.
And then I'm just expected to just get back on board and like rebuild myself and like be right back where I was. And I'm so angry because I don't even know how to do that right now because I'm exhausted, sick. My body is really sick. And there's no like help. There's no help for people that lose everything.
You're just supposed to pull up your bootstraps and go out there hobbling around in your broken body and be a go-getter.
And I'm like, it's just not possible for me to do that right now. Thank God I have you and a place to live because
I think that anger and grief are not pretty emotions. They are not comfortable emotions. And because our society doesn't know how to witness and sit with uncomfortable things because we are so focused on distracting ourselves and chasing pleasure. When someone starts exhibiting uncomfortable things, we immediately want to correct them. We slap them down. We say, no, don't do that. That's bad.
It is. Well, you start doing that as a kid when you're a little child. Like being told as a girl, don't be angry, don't show those emotions, just be a good little girl, be happy, be sweet. And then you just continue doing that.
That's mean. That's mean. Even if you're not doing anything to anyone else, but just having a feeling, it's mean. And I have been really intentional with my toddler and his anger. I'm like, okay, you're allowed to be angry. You can be as angry as you want, but you just have to do that where it's not hurting people around you. We are not all required to cater to you because you are having this feeling.
Well, I love when
you go process that in your room. You go throw your toys or whatever, or scream at the top of your lungs. But we don't all have to revolve around your temper.
I like when you tell them too, like you go up to me and I'm like, oh, are you having some big emotions right now? Some big feelings coming out?
And he's just like making that face that toddlers make when they're like just so full of rage and they could just light the world on fire.
Oh, they can. And they do.
Because it's a normal part of the spectrum of human emotions. And if it's normal, if we've evolved to have this emotion, there's a reason for it.
Well, and then, you never express your emotion, that anger from any injustices that you felt from any age. And then you become an adult and that rage just builds up and builds up. And the next thing you know, one thing like triggers you and you're like,
And you're going insane.
and you're going insane. Like you kind of lose your mind.
Well, it's because we are handicapped because we were never allowed to develop that part of ourselves and learn how to process it. And so as adults, we just are terrified of it.
Yeah.
We're like, oh no, we're feeling anger. We got to do something. We got to don't feel, either repress it or suddenly you're breaking things.
I would really like to break some stuff right now.
Well, and that's the thing. It's like if we can channel it, if we can use it, then you can intentionally go and break something and scream. Mm-hmm. But when we haven't developed this muscle, this emotional muscle, that we just start flipping out at the people around us, or it comes out in these like passive aggressive like jabs and behaviors and just and you like don't know what to do with it, right?
Or you manipulate or you try to hurt someone, like you said, little jabs.
Like the silent treatment or the, ooh, that's really brave of you to wear that today. All of these ways that
we just jab and try to belittle a person.
And then you just see the person gets this rush. Or, you know, we've all been there. You get this rush of pleasure because you just like took it out on someone.
Yeah.
Now you feel a little better.
Like, oh my God, I feel good now. And then after a while, you're like, maybe I shouldn't have done that. That was kind of mean.
Yeah. And then, you know, when a big injustice happens, and we see this on social media right now because there are a lot of big injustices happening in our world, the rage is just like overwhelming and people don't know exactly how to channel it or what to do with themselves. And we're just like all spinning. Yeah. Right? Or exploding at each other and being like, this is your fault. Yeah. Because you voted for this or you voted for that.
Pointing the finger.
Yeah. You deserve, I hope you, horrific things happen to you.
Yeah. So that's what happens when you suppress anger and rage. And it eventually just comes out and then we're hurting each other.
We have to find ways to channel it or we will hurt the people that we love.
Yeah.
And we will hurt people that aren't deserving of it. And we'll become someone that we are ashamed of. So it's funny because people are like, oh, don't feel anger because you'll be this. But the reason that we're this is because we're not feeling our anger.
Yeah. Well, and I was just thinking how you're saying that how we need to like feel the anger, feel the things. Because I just saw something earlier and I was talking about what forgiveness is. And forgiveness is actually being able to let go of those like angry emotions, like actually not carrying all those suppressed emotions. So that way you can like maybe move on with your life.
So, but I feel like letting go is actually a form of processing emotions. Yeah. Because otherwise, this is where I get upset. When people talk about forgiveness and letting go of the anger, what they 90% of the time are actually talking about is repressing it. Yeah. Yes. Repressing it, not transmuting it, not feeling it, not sitting with it, not digesting it. They just want you to hand it over to God or hand it over to the fairy tale, right?
I love that you're saying that because that's exactly what it is. It's like you actually have to feel that anger. You have to, like you said.
It's so fucking uncomfortable.
It is. Yeah. You have to sit with it. You have to feel it. And you have to like actually let all that anger come out. The anger that you have suppressed for years and years, for whatever pains you've like felt, whatever things that have felt unjust to you.
Yeah, Psychology Today, I really liked this line that they had in this article. When we engage in suppression of anger, we also take flight from the emotional pain that fuels it. Mm-hmm. As such, suppression is just one form of emotional avoidance. So we're just avoiding our pain when we avoid our anger. And so when they're telling you to just like hand your anger over to God, they're also saying, don't process any of the pain that is anger is almost like this, like a malt ball, right? Where it's like the crunchy shell, but in the middle of beneath all of that hard shell exterior is this huge welling of pain, this big, mushy, soft, rotten, uncomfortable pain. And so what we're really doing is we're avoiding our pain.
I was just thinking about that as you were talking about it. I was like, why is it hard for me to feel my pain and my anger? Like, why am I so afraid of it? And I think some of it has to do with my childhood because my father was such an angry person and it terrified me. And even when I'm around somebody who starts to feel like they're getting angry, like their voice is starting to get louder, like I'm already starting to feel nervous. I'm already like starting to put my hands up energetically. I'm afraid I'm going to get hit.
Yeah, you kind of like go like this.
Yeah.
You're like almost waiting for the blow to land.
Yeah. And I also think growing up Christian, being raised Christian, I feel like anger is like a devil.
It's
energy.
demonized.
Yeah, it's demonized.
Well, there's a literal, in Mormonism, there's a scripture. It says that anger is of the devil.
Yeah.
And so and I remember having this mental illness when I was Mormon. Every time I felt anger, that's the devil.
Yes.
He's coming in and he's trying to influence me. Mm-hmm. So, of course, you would repress.
Yeah.
And by repress, hand it over to God or hand it over here into this other, quote, box or fantasy.
I remember being told that and hearing that. And I'm like, I don't really understand that either. But, nobody was ever able to explain it to me.
You just weren't capable of becoming mentally ill in the right way because of your dyslexia.
Yeah, everything.
You're like, huh?
Everything I was taught as a Mormon child, I was like, I just don't get it. I'm like, it doesn't make sense to me.
Well, I can tell you that the Mormonism black and white thinking really works for autistic people, and we really like it. Because we have rules and we have structure and we have categories of good and bad, and it's very comforting.
Oh, really? See, I'm the opposite. I hate the rules. I hate being told what I'm supposed to do and believe and think. And
I'm okay with rules as long as they make sense.
Oh, well,
as long as they are logical and I understand them.
Yeah, they were not logical to me at all. Like, I just still remember as a kid being like, I don't know, that doesn't make sense to me.
But
anyways, back to the.
But it's all you can see why getting people to repress their anger and pain would be desired by abusive institutions and abusive societies.
You're never going to call them out. You're never going to attack them.
And you're never going to become empowered because you're not going to work through your grief.
Yeah.
You're not going to sit and digest and be like, wow, what happened to me was wrong. And now I understand why it happened. And now I understand how to move forward. No, they don't want you to do that because then they're going to lose control over you.
Yeah, and control is obviously power and the manipulation.
Yeah, because even if I'm not seeking vengeance, I'm going to step out of this pattern now because it hurts me.
Yeah, that was actually very similar to how my dad raised us and treated us, is like making sure he took like our power from us. And we were afraid of him. And we did feel inferior to him. Like we felt stupid because he worked on that from infancy.
Yeah.
And it's taken me almost my whole life. I mean, even now I still get like triggered, and I feel like I'm back into that space when I was a child, and I feel less than, I feel stupid, I feel incompetent, and I feel powerless. And it's this, I hope not, but this might be a lifelong battle I have to face.
Well, but your psyche is still in the process of digesting these big traumas, and anger and grief it's almost like stomach acid. It's how it breaks it down and dissects it and pulls it apart.
Well, it's interesting because I think for the first time in my life, I'm actually feeling real, true rage and anger. Like my ex cheated on me. He lied to me about going to strip clubs, and he betrayed me.
Well, he also abused you emotionally and psychologically.
But I've like sat with it, and I've sat with it with a therapist. And at the time, I was hurt and I cried. But then I just quickly forgave him because the voice in my head was like, don't leave me. I need you.
Yeah.
But I think now, and it's been 7 years post-divorce, and it's been 3 years of therapy and like really going into these things that the choices he made and realizing what pain it caused me. I'm finally like feeling the anger.
Yeah.
I'm finally feeling the anger of growing up and being raised in the Mormon church. I'm finally feeling angry that my dad molested his children and hurt us, and no adult was there to help us. I'm very angry at my mother. That one, I've been feeling okay. That one comes up pretty easily, but it's like, okay. And then, so I'm feeling all these things. And I guess the reason we started talking about forgiveness is because I made a video about the things I grew up with. And someone was like, the best revenge is forgiveness. Or have you,
if you are still wanting revenge, then you have not moved through your emotions.
I know. It's like, I'm not seeking revenge. I'm just trying to find peace inside me. Like, I just want to have, like...
People are trying to skip this step because it's so uncomfortable. I mean, it's the same as when someone dies and you have to process all of the emotions around the death. And anger is one of those emotions, and grief, and all of the things. It's the same process, but we rush people through it. We just want to get to the finish line so bad. And let's face it, the person themselves wants to get to that finish line too, because it sucks. And so not only are they feeling impatient with their process, other people are pressuring them too.
We're in such a hurry, like you said, to get to the finish line or to the top of the mountain.
To get to the happily ever after, and the pleasure.
But what about, this is living. Feeling these emotions today is a part of living.
Well, it's like you said, you don't know. This could be your entire life. And in various ways it is, because we go through different phases. And there's always going to be loss and grief and injustice. It's just part of life.
It is.
And if we disassociate and just live in this fantasy land, how are we ever going to create a world that we actually want to live in?
I don't think we're going to be able to.
Maybe it just has to get bad enough that we can't repress anymore.
I'm like, have you seen the world?
A bomb just has to land next to your house, and then maybe people will be like, oh.
Maybe people start waking up.
Maybe this is bad.
You know, honestly, for me, it was losing everything. It was losing everything and having to face it. I really had to grow up. And what I mean by grow up is like not disassociate and not fantasize and not expect someone to rescue me. Like, you know,
the fairy tale.
I had to wake up, I had to grow up, and I had to face what was really happening. So my kids and I could have a hopefully somewhere to live. And thank God, I always say for you and your husband, like for taking us in. But that was the hardest and scariest thing I've ever been through. And, okay, I lost my train of thought.
It's a lot to digest, and you can understand why people do end up bitter, and why it almost is too much to swallow.
But
right,
going through the really hard stuff and actually waking up and choosing to mature instead of being in the fantasy is what has brought me to this place of like, well, maybe I can actually feel the anger because I should be angry. And maybe I can start processing it. And let's question what forgiveness really means. Because I'm really tired of hearing people say, well, once you forgive, then you'll be free. And I'm like, I don't know. I can't agree with you on that one, because the only one I'm actually trying to find forgiveness in is myself. Because I let these things happen. Okay, maybe not let, but these things happen to me because of all of the abuse and trauma I experienced in my life. I have just been trying to make the right choices, but I've been naive and blind and asleep to all of the horrible, toxic people out there that try to take advantage of you. Yeah. And it has left me here.
And here we lie in the ruins of our life.
Yes. But goddamn, it woke me up.
I have found that, I mean, it was similar for me, where I clung to those patterns, to that fairy tale making, disassociating pattern, until it really was like my husband was trying to practice polygamy. Which is a whole other podcast that we will do.
We should do that one. That would be great to talk about.
But it's really interesting watching my journey with anger, and I can pretty distinctly remember when I woke up to it. And it was towards the end of my marriage when he was practicing polygamy and wanting to do all of these super awful things. But I was just sitting one day and I realized I did not have to forgive this. And it was suddenly this feeling of liberation and freedom, that this was not my job to make pretty. This was not my job to smooth over, to make amends, to somehow fix.
Well,
this was just wrong. Yeah. And I could just say it was wrong, and I could disconnect myself from having any responsibility and let it go. And I realized that I had been in this pattern my whole life, and it's a cage. It is a cage of our own making that we imprison ourselves in.
Yeah, your mind is a cage. Like, and if you're brought up with certain ways to handle
Well, I
situations,
was
or
taking upon myself things that weren't mine to carry.
Yeah.
And it's been interesting from this moment I had this realization. It would be like 9 years ago now. 2016. 2017.
wow, God, I can't believe it's almost a
To
decade.
now, how it's been layers and layers of it, how I'm discovering this pattern of taking other people's wrongs upon myself, making it my responsibility to smooth this over, to make nice, to make pretty, to not hold any kind of anger or messy emotion. As I start to send that back to people and release myself from it, I am feeling so liberated and so free. And it's like I'm finally allowed to just exist.
Yeah, and that's like the point.
Unapologetically exist as me.
And not carry
There is not
everybody's
something
stuff.
inherently wrong with me all the time that I need to apologize for and make nice.
Yeah, no, there is not. There is not. I actually was just thinking.
So that's what the forgiveness,
the forgiveness.
brainwashing did to me.
Well, I was just thinking too, as you were talking about that. I'm like, man, I feel like forgiveness when I was younger, maybe even 3 years ago. If I didn't forgive, I felt like I was a really bad person.
Yep, same.
Like really
And that's why I
guilty.
did it with my husband, even when he's practicing polygamy.
Maybe I should just find forgiveness.
This is clearly what he needs,
I
and I'm going to
know.
love him through it.
Well, that's why I was with my ex for so long, and he just kept betraying me, cheating on me, lying to me, because I just would forgive him because I thought that's what you're supposed to do.
That's what you do when you love someone,
Yeah,
right?
and actually what it ended up happening, it was just years of abuse.
And you almost make up like stories in your head, excuses for them on their behalf because they never apologize.
No, they don't. And then I did a really good job at creating this world for us. Nobody ever knew. Ever.
Oh, I know. People were like, how can I have a marriage like yours?
Yeah.
You're so lucky. And I'm just like, whoa, I really fooled them.
I know. I was really good at acting. Well, I mean, I guess it is acting, but I was really good at just being this other version of me that was always happy
it's just
and positive.
repressing and disassociating it so you fully embody the lie.
Yes. That's a great way of putting it. I was so good at embodying the lie. And
I wanted to believe this lie so bad that I was even lying to myself. And, we lie so much that it becomes true.
yeah, and then just one day I like woke up and I went into this massive like self-identity disassociated depression. And I couldn't even eat food. I couldn't even listen to music. I couldn't laugh anymore. I was like, I was dead inside. I was like, whoa, what happened to me?
The lies catch up to
They
you.
caught up. And then I decided in a moment that I was like, well, I don't want to be this person. I don't want to be this dead person inside. So I was like trying to find ways to reclaim my light or find myself. And I was just trying to work on myself.
Yeah.
And as I was doing that, I was starting to I could not stand my ex. I was Mr. Rooster. We got to remember our name.
Rooster.
Mr. Rooster. I could not. And I was like, as I was reclaiming myself and like bringing myself back to life, I was like, don't fucking touch me. I was getting so sick of him, but I didn't really know.
It's because
what was going
truth
on.
was starting to come in. Truth was the only way to get out of the depression.
Yeah, it was. And I didn't really understand what happened. It took me quite a few years even after that. I took therapy. And now I can see it. I'm like, oh my God, we were reclaiming our truth. And you can't be in a lying relationship. You can't live that way when you are activating this like true self, when you are coming who you really are inside.
Yeah.
And, you know, that wasn't easy. That was like really difficult to go through that. That was probably at the time the hardest thing I've ever been through. But because I'm a person that wants to continuously grow inside, I've had to go through even more challenging and difficult things to wake up. And now I'm to the point where I'm like,
what level of truth do you want to go to? Because it's an endless rabbit hole.
Now I'm just like, well, I'm done.
Alice in Wonderland style.
It is. I'm like, I'm done, guys. I don't need to know anymore. I don't need any more truth. Now I'm just bitter and angry. And trying to understand forgiveness.
So that's the other side, is we all know people, you know, we have boomer parents who are stuck in their bitterness, who are stuck in their anger, who are resentful, who feel like life has done them wrong. A lot of times when you see unprocessed grief, unprocessed trauma, you see someone stuck in victim mode.
Oh, my mom
is your mom.
My mom. Guys, if you want... I mean, wow. If you want to meet the best victim person... She is
the Olympian.
She is the Olympian. If you ever want to be educated, I will break my no contact with my mother. If you think
you know a victim, well, we know.
We will introduce you to my mother. She is... God bless her. She is. She's really good at that. So.
How liberating and freeing that would be to never be responsible for anything in your life, ever.
It would.
And that's really something interesting with toxic people, is there is a lack of accountability. They always have a reason for why it's not their fault.
Oh, I know.
And sometimes that reason is you're a horrible person and you need to go work on yourself. But sometimes it's also childhood trauma. Mm-hmm. Sometimes it's that life just did them wrong. Sometimes it's a mental illness and they use their mental illness as an excuse to not take accountability.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. There's a lot of... That's kind of trending right now. That's a good one because people are getting lots of empathy.
Well, don't you know I have PTSD? Well, I do too, and I still have to fucking do it.
Yeah. Yeah, my ex had an interesting cocktail of things too, and I was always making excuses for him because of his mental illness, which wasn't his fault.
Yeah.
But let's face it, we all have things that aren't our fault that make it really hard.
When you become an adult, anytime in your life, you make fucking choices, okay? I probably would have ended up with a mental illness too.
Do we want to trauma compete?
There was a moment I remember. I was like, "Oh, this is where the crazy is. Oh, we could go crazy." And then I was like, "Well, we might be stuck in this if we go that way." But it's a choice.
It is.
But I think we're just set up, like you said, like handed to God. And so let's just give it to someone else and forget about it. And we don't ever have to take responsibility.
Mm-hmm. And then, if you're the kind of person who's afraid of your anger, then you end up putting yourself on the back burner all the time and prioritizing everyone else over you because you're afraid of accessing that anger. But what you're really afraid of is accessing all of the pain that's there with the anger. And the fact that if you truly step into that emotion and sit with it, you might have to blow your whole world up.
Yeah, it kind of sucks.
Yeah. Yeah. And then you're living in Jayenna's basement.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's freaking terrifying. And that's why most of us don't get there until our world is falling apart anyway, because a bomb just landed on our lives.
Then you just don't have a choice. You have to face reality, or you don't. And then you
go cuckoo.
You go cuckoo.
Yeah.
And we've seen that too.
Cuckoo is, I understand. I could see why someone would want to do that.
Well, it's an escape.
That's what I mean. I'm like, this really sucks. It really sucks being in reality this much.
It is.
It's like, like you have no barrier anymore to just the atrocities of life and the injustices of life.
And you're just sitting in it, angry and bitter.
Well, that's why we sit in it, so that hopefully a few years from now, our face hasn't turned into Gollum.
I know. Well, we're working on that. But you know what? It's also okay to be angry and bitter. You know what? I think I'm really happy that I'm finally in the place where I'm like recognizing it. I'm like, okay, there's something wrong in here. Not wrong. There's just something very big happening inside, and I don't know what to do with this.
It makes me think of Moana and how what's the goddess's name?
Volcano.
The volcano, and how she's
island.
Yeah, and she is just creating all this chaos, and it's very dangerous to be around. But how Moana has to go into it. She has to face it in order to return the heart.
Yeah, and she gives her heart, and then all of a sudden she's just like...
And we are just like that. We are Moana, and we have an angry goddess inside of us, and we have to sit with her. We have to see her. We have to witness her. And then we have to give her her heart.
Yeah, I actually have thought about that reference quite a few times. I'm like, that's what it really feels like. I feel just so outraged, like that volcano island.
Well,
goddess.
And even Moana was hoping for a hero, right?
Yeah.
She was hoping the god
But the god doesn't
would help her.
Yeah.
That he would be the solution. But at the end of the day, it was just her.
But you know what? I just loved what you said. It was like that someone needs to just sit and witness it. I think that's what it is. It's like you just have to sit with yourself and actually witness your pain. You have to sit and witness your anger and be like, I am so sorry this happened to you. It's like the person I am now can go in and hold those different parts of me and be like, I am so sorry that I didn't know and that this happened to you. I'm so sorry a parent wasn't there to protect you. That was not okay. I'm going to protect you now. Okay, I'm having an epiphany. And it's going to make me cry because it's like, it's just so horrible that these things happen. And our world is just too busy and too distracted to care about individuals who are being hurt. And then we're being told we shouldn't be angry.
Yeah.
We shouldn't be mad. That we shouldn't have pain. And we should just keep working.
We're told that we should actually feel bad for our abusers. Well, have you thought about them and what they're feeling and why they acted that way? I'm like, look, I have thought. I have thought. Trust me. Trauma brain.
Yeah.
We think too much about them.
Really have analyzed that. Well, you know what?
From every angle, from every side, from every possible.
I actually remember the moment when I had my children and they were toddlers, and I remember the moment that I witnessed my father's anger in me. And it was because I just was feeling so overwhelmed and impatient. And I knew at that moment, I'm like, I can either blow up or I can just take a few breaths and wait and then go talk to my kids gently. And I was like, this is where my father's anger comes from. This is like in me. And, you know, obviously I wish he would have chose differently, but he didn't. He chose to be explosive and scary and abusive. And I have chose not to do that. I have chose to pause and stop and make my voice very soft with my children.
I think that's where a lot of my rage has actually come from, is realizing that it was a choice.
Yeah.
Because because of my trauma, felt similar things where I've been tempted to slip into victimhood, or I've been tempted to kind of create those excuses of, well, I can't help myself because it's my trauma, or to self-sabotage or to ruin relationships.
Yeah.
But I have chosen not to do that. Instead, I've chosen to carry the burden of this pain and this rage and sit with it all. And I just feel so much anger that other people are being given this free pass.
Yeah.
To just take their trauma out on other people, on children, on loved ones, and that we all just coddle it. Because I'm like, no, it really is a choice, because I felt it in me too.
Yeah.
And I had to make a choice.
Yeah.
And no one applauded.
No.
No one gave me a check.
Yeah, no, nobody.
Kind of the opposite.
It's the opposite. You are ignored and you are pushed aside, and
you're told that you need to forgive.
And people kind of become angry at you. They're just like, look at those middle-aged angry women just talking about abuse.
Well, I think that's why a lot of women do hit this in perimenopause, is because they can't keep repressing.
Can't keep pretending.
They can't keep pretending.
You're too tired.
They can't keep disassociating. It just hits them like a tidal wave, like a brick wall. It's like, well, shit.
Well, my brain's too dumb to do it anymore. It's like the brain fog is.
Wait, what's my name? Where am I?
The brain fog is just so severe.
Well, I actually was reading something that perimenopause, when women's hormones are in perimenopause, they are the most similar to a man's hormones.
Really? Mm-hmm. Really?
Mm-hmm. I was like, well, that's really interesting.
That is interesting.
But, when we do it, it's bad. And honestly, yes, there is a toxic side of anger. That's obviously your father.
Well, because
my ex.
and
it's terrifying and it's scary. When their anger comes out, it is violent and unpredictable.
They're gonna hurt you.
And dangerous.
But it becomes that way because you never do anything about it.
You never sat with it.
And then you take it out on the people you care about the most. I'm also thinking about, like, in the past, how indigenous cultures used to process, like, all their feelings.
Yeah, well, they had, it was seen as sacred. They had ceremonies for it. They had rituals for it.
Yeah.
Yep.
I wish we had.
And there's a reason that when the colonizers came in, they always took the tribe's medicine from them. They went after the shaman, they went after the chief, they went after the medicine man or woman. They purposefully took that from them because if the tribe had no way to process the anger and the grief, then they would become
like us, sick.
They would become disempowered.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because if you process anger, if you process grief, that's your personal power. You've digested it. You now understand it. You are no longer imprisoned by it.
Yeah.
It's an intentional thing abusers do.
Yeah, it is. It's horrible. And then the people around, because I was just thinking as you were saying that, because of my father, the ones around him, like his family members, like still enable it. They still make the person that's being abused feel like they're overreacting. And so you're still like trying to get your power back, but all these people around you who are enabling the abusers are not allowing you to it's just so hard to try to get your power back.
They all pile on you.
Yeah.
It's like a football pile up where they tackle you and then everyone goes on top. And you're just like,
I don't know how to get out of this.
I guess I'm just the bad guy. I'm sorry. Please forgive me.
Forgive me for asking for forgiveness.
Sorry for trying to get a point for my team.
I know, it's awful. I just really hate our world right now. There it is. There's the bitterness.
Just got to sit with it a little longer.
Yeah.
It's a big one to digest.
It is a big one.
It's like I said, the deeper you go into truth, the less of a barrier you have to soften the horrific reality of this world. Mm-hmm. And it is. It's pretty bad.
It is really bad.
And I understand. why we want the fairy tale. Sometimes I wish I could go back. Life was a lot simpler when I was living in a fantasy.
Yeah, it was pretty nice to be able to go into that space and fantasize. But, was it really better?
Look, I'm with my soulmate, and we're living this fairy tale fantasy. We're going to spend a summer in a teepee.
Yeah, don't worry. Let me get some makeup and hide the bruises.
It's okay.
That's just how much he loves me.
We'll just go on a run, and then we'll feel better about it all. And we're going to be skinny, too. And so it's great. It's a win-win.
It's just all a big fat lie.
So, free woman.
Hello. You.
How do you process your anger? And how do you deal with it when you feel it come in?
Yeah, and what do you think about forgiveness? Because
I'm curious, are you someone that feels more comfortable in anger or in grief?
Oh, yeah.
because different personalities, like we're more comfortable with grief.
Oh, I could do grief all day.
Yeah. The anger, though, is scary for us.
It is.
But some people I know are flipped, where they're more comfortable in anger and they struggle to let themselves grieve.
I wonder if men are more comfortable with anger and less comfortable with grief.
Well, I don't know. We've known some women that really are pretty comfortable in anger.
That's true. We have. Yeah.
Because it makes you feel powerful.
Yeah.
Where for me, I feel overwhelmed by anger.
Very overwhelmed. Like I can't breathe.
Yeah, I feel like I'm suffocating.
Yeah.
Like I'm burning alive.
Yeah, and I'm like, please stay away from me because I might burst and then I'm going to regret what I do.
Exactly. It feels scary.
It does.
But for some people, and I get it, it makes them feel really powerful. It makes them feel strong.
Yeah.
And
I
like
can
they're
see
not
that.
scared.
Yeah. Like my father.
Yeah.
Well, I'd be curious to get some feedback and see what your point of view is or what your thoughts are with the anger, with the forgiveness, with the grief. Do you think we're just crazy?
How do you define forgiveness? Because we've discovered a lot of people define it in different ways. And that makes a huge difference for it if forgiveness is a useful thing for you to do. Mm-hmm. Just based on how you're using the word.
Yeah, because I'm still trying to figure out forgiveness. I'm like, I don't know. I know I can't say I forgive you. That just makes me angry.
Well, from experience, let me just tell you, there is no one right way. Allow yourself to explore lots of different venues. Mm-hmm. Maybe forgiveness is a useful tool for you. Maybe it's the flip side, though, of saying that's wrong and that's unforgivable. Maybe that's what sets you free.
Ooh, I like that. I could probably do that.
Yeah, that's what works for me.
Oh, I could say that in rage, too.
That's what I do.
Unforgivable.
That is unforgivable. And then I just felt something release in me. And I'm like, oh, this isn't my job anymore. That's their job. But everyone's different. Like, just like how we don't like anger. Some people do like anger. Yeah. So just understand that whatever people are out there telling you is the right way, that was just the right way for them.
Yeah.
You got to figure yourself out, and trauma is going to be processed. You got to figure out what helps you digest it. Mm-hmm. Which stomach acids do you need to digest that particular piece of meat?
Yeah, I don't know. Starts figuring that out.
No, sometimes you got a little indigestion going on. It's a rough go.
Yeah, some good old heartburn.
Might be a few days that it's stuck in there.
Yeah, a few days, few weeks. Few years.
Could just put you out and then you just die.
Yeah.
But hey, then that's also sets you free.
It does. It does set you free. Oh man. Well,
just kidding. Don't die.
Yeah, don't die.
Don't do that.
Please don't do that.
We're just trying to make ourselves feel better about how hard this journey is. It's just really hard.
It is a lot harder than I thought it was going to be when I got divorced, and I'm like, I'm going on a spiritual journey.
Yeah, when you still have this like fire inside of you, this excitement for life.
Hope and
and then it just takes you straight into the heart of darkness, and you have to sit with all this death.
Yeah, it's been a lot. But I am glad that I'm at a place where I actually am finally feeling anger. Like I'm actually feeling the rage. I'm actually questioning what is forgiveness for me.
That's a good sign. It means that you're coming alive. Congratulations.
Oh, well, thank you. It doesn't feel like being alive.
No, it does not. It's not fun, but it's a really good thing.
Yeah. So I feel like even though it has felt slow, stagnant, I feel stuck, I guess in a way I am still moving forward. It's just not pretty like they make it sound like. There is no, it's like you said, there's no fantasy. It's just
there's no crowd applauding you.
No.
And people are like, wow, good job.
Well,
way to feel that emotion.
Sometimes you do it for me and it helps me keep going. So, or sometimes my therapist, she like really appreciates.
She gives you a little pat on the back.
Yeah, she's like, wow, it's really hard what you're doing, and you're doing it. And I'm like, I don't know what else to do. So
thank you. I guess. Yeah.
So
it helps.
If you are not here yet, keep going. It's worth it.
If you're listening to this podcast because you're accessing anger,
Yeah.
we applaud you.
Thank you.
Applause from the free woman.
We get it. We see it. We're proud.
We can't write you a check, but we are proud.
Yeah. We are proud.
You should be rewarded.
Yeah, you should.
will be.
You will be, I hope.
Well, we'll just say yes.
Like we said, it's like the volcano.
It's
I
how
feel
you
like her
come
name is Tahiti
alive.
or something like that.
Tafini?
We're gonna look it up and we'll let you know. But when she gets her heart back, and then she just feels happy and at peace again.
Well, things are able to grow again.
Life
to grow returns.
Again.
Tafiti.
Tafiti. Okay, I was right. So Tafiti.
Yeah.
You just feed your inner Tafiti. Witness her or him.
She's gonna have a temper tantrum. She's gonna be throwing lava. You finally gave her a chance. She's gonna let you know.
Oh, yeah. That's why it's so hard to be in it.
It's really hard to be in it, but you just gotta face it.
But like that little epiphany I had a moment ago is like, okay, yes, let's witness that. Let's witness those parts of you that really, really got hurt and was scared and afraid, lonely, and just injusticely treated, like, and abused, and that your body was even maybe violated. Like, if I can witness that and pour love into that part of myself, then
You can set yourself free.
I can set myself free. And you can too.
Thank you for joining us.
Thank you.
Remember to like and subscribe.